You did such a wonderful job in the show. I honestly binged the whole thing in two seatings. I won't lie. You were fabulous. And I want to know what it was that struck you immediately when you read the script.
I think what struck me was, as actors, you read a lot of material, so you're always sort of skeptical about everything. You gotta, you have to read it with a little like arms crossed. Let me see. I'm excited about this, but what is it? What's the catch?
Yeah.
So for me, it was more like, okay, well, I'm a huge fan of space exploration, and I've seen all the space movies and the space shows there are to see, and so why do we need another one? That's kind of would be my first instinct, and then looking at the material and sort of seeing what the potential of the show could be, and talking to the creators of the show and to Ed Zwick, was this idea of, that is the sort of landscape of the show. And in front of it is this very sort of intimate, relationship, interpersonal story of this family and this daughter, and the three of them trying to sort of do this dance together of how are we going to get through this extraordinary circumstances, this extraordinary time and circumstance with so much distance and space. And with all of these things happening around us while we're all changing so dramatically, the potential of that, in the conversations that we had early on before I had agreed to do the show, and what that could turn into, if you think about the show forward, and then returning, and then what happens, and, how do you then deal with each other when so much has sort of happened and you're both in different places, and what's that like? That sounded to me dramatically like very interesting and compelling. And I liked the selflessness of Matt. I felt like, I love that this is a character that, is just hit with like such an extraordinary situation physically.
Yes.
And that he just he
has to deal with a lot of stuff.
And I just felt that he had a drive and a determination that, is sort of grounded in the idea of getting better so that when his wife returns, he'll be as close to 100% as he can be, so he can walk over to her and plant one on her and be better so that he can get back to work and do his job and his job that he's, trained his whole life for, and better so that he can be there for his daughter and walk on the soccer field with her, and all these things that he can't do right now and he's struggling through. And I felt like that was a journey that I could step into, and, it has a lot of obstacles in the way, but that was good. I thought,
You have to tell me about your chemistry with Hilary, because boy, it seemed instant.
It was kind of. I mean, we joked about it, but it was. I thought we had a really easy. I mean, I think what was helpful. I mean, first of all, I love Hilary as an actor. It was definitely a big draw of wanting to be a part of the show, was to know that her and I would be doing these scenes together. But I think we got to shoot a lot of the Earth stuff first. I think there was some stuff in space that wasn't built yet. So the way the schedule panned out is we shot all that first. So we had rehearsal, costume fittings, rehearsals, and then shot all of that stuff in the beginning, which gave us this foundation to sort of build off of. You know, we got some familiarity and some comfort with one another. And then I think we were able to carry that through when we were apart, which was for the majority of the show, and we were talking more like you and I are talking now. And that, Hilary and I talked about that having that in the beginning was very helpful. And then we finished the show, we went down to New Mexico and Houston and shot some stuff. And I think we ended the season, I believe was with her and I, down in Houston. And I think, that was really interesting for us to start it off that way and then sort of end it that way, because the rest of it, we had, very little in person to do together other than some of the flashback moments. So,
well, it's an extraordinary series. I wish I could talk to you a lot.
I'm
longer, but Josh, it's so good to see you back in episodic TV. I still miss Will Gardner. I will never, ever let that go. And best of luck to you, my friend. It's always good to see you. Take care.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.